Hello, welcome to another episode of This, That, and the Other. And it's March, and late February, we had some warm weather. Matter of fact, it got into the 70s. 2 days ago, we got snow. So what you're seeing blossoms on the trees with snow on the ground. Kind of unusual setting, but not that unusual for this area. I've seen this area not get any snow until March. I remember one year, I think 93, we got over a foot of snow right before St. Patrick's Day. Got a foot snow, freezing rain on top of it, and rain, and turned into ice all over the yards. People could ice skate in their yards. I remember that. I've seen snow go as late as early April. Not much, but I have seen some snowstorms occur, and usually middle of April it starts getting warmer and warmer, and still cold at night until after Memorial Day. Then it gets hot. Over sometimes 90s, sometimes over 100 degrees. What I'm going to be talking about today is saying the customer is always right. Is it correct that the customer is always right? I think in some cases it is. In other cases, I do not. But I looked up a little history on the origin of the customer is always right. It's a motto or slogan which exhorts service staff to give a high priority to customer satisfaction. It was popularized by pioneering and successful retailers such as Harry Gordon Selfridge, John Wanamaker, and Marshall Field. They have Marshall Field stores in Chicago. I did go in their store one time. Went on all of the floors. I know it was eight or nine floors at least. They advocated that the customer complaints should be treated seriously so that customers do not feel cheated or deceived. Which I agree. I agree with on that. The customer complaints should definitely be taken seriously, regardless of what they are. The complaints are not always right, but they should definitely be listened to. Some of them even parts of the complaint may have some worth to it. The attitude was novel and influential when misrepresentation was rife, and let the buyer beware was a common legal maxim. Variations include the customer is never wrong, which was a slogan of hotel man Cesar Retz, who said, if a diner complains about a dish or wine, immediately remove it and replace it, no questions asked. A variation frequently used in Germany is the customer is king, while in Japan, the customer is God is common. However, it is pointed out as early as 1914 that this view ignores that customers can be dishonest, have unrealistic expectations, and or try to misuse a product in ways that void the guarantee, and states if we adopt the policy of admitting whatever claims the customer makes to be proper, and if we always sell them at face value, we shall be subjected to inevitable losses. And yes, customers do dishonest things, and they're not always right on that kind of thing, and it can cost major losses to companies. The work concluded, if the customer is made perfectly to understand what it means for him to be right, what right on his part is his, then he can be depended on to be right if he is honest, and if he is dishonest, a low effort should result in catching him at it. An article later by the same author addressed the caveat emptor aspect, while raising many of the same points as earlier piece. So I remember the first boss I ever had when I worked at a movie theater used to always say the customer is always right, and ironically he was on Wheel of Fortune later on, and they have various phrases, and I believe he was on the final round, and they'd given the wheel a final spin, and the way it works, I'm sure you know, on Wheel of Fortune, you guess letters in a phrase like a T. If there's a T, the T's will show up, H's, etc. I believe he said S, and I believe there's like 5 S's in the puzzle, and he guessed it right. The customer is always right. I thought that was pretty entertaining. I think he won like $1,200 maybe on the very last round of the show, but that's basically what I was able to get. It says Marshall Field was basically notorious for that. The customer is always right. Picture of Marshall Field right here. The Marshall Field stores in Chicago. And subscribe, looking for more subscribers, more viewers, a partner, producer, let me know. As always, thanks for watching.